Point shot from Boston as the Celtics made 3 out of 6. Nice pass down low, beautiful play. Chris Paul sets it up for Steven Adams, diving to the rim.
Yeah, that's big.
Thunder with their biggest lead. Paul back out for a Gallinari 3.
Dallas record 72.5% for the season. Oh,
Paul finding Noel. Knicks call timeout.
Knicks, they need it. They're just
R.J. Barrett in the third quarter. There's Adams on the feed from Paul.
everything working for OKC.
Dotson's first bucket. Thunder lead 110-83. Another slam by Diallo.
Diallo getting ready for the slam.
Remember Minute Bowl?
Absolutely, yeah, sure do.
Nice dive, Nerlens Noel down the lane. Finishes with the left hand.
And you know how great that pass was?
Well, things came easily for the Thunder on the offensive end. Really for the first 3+ quarters. Now the dive, Nerlens Noel goes up for the slam off the nice pass from Paul.
Oh, that's good play. Yep.
Paul uses Adams as a screen. Clever handle, goes inside to Adams after the switch. Sean Moore is senior and lays it in.
Chris Paul's always going to be aggressive in that pick and roll.
Providing it right there. Nice pass from Paul. Back-to-back buckets for Noel. It's 69-57.
And that's
he has been able to see just the comfort Eric Bledsoe now has with Mike Budenholzer's system. As Steven Adams bangs it in.
Three-point shooter and a guy with size. And if you're Billy Donovan, you've essentially said, all right, we have to do what Toronto did, right, which is try to control the paint to as much as we possibly can, and we can't foul.
Thunder ended up coming out with a win, the 4th in a row, so trying to make it 5 here tonight. Paul, nice ball fake, slips it right back. Nerlens Noel hangs in the air long enough and finishes with the left hand.
Nice clever finish. Just over.
Sacramento back on top. Under 5 minutes to go. Gallo off the feed, lines it up and knocks it down from three-point land. And the
runs on Duncan. Oh, Minnesota is Neal and Stacy. Chris Paul threads on his pass, just pounds it down, and Chris Paul has turned back the clock. I mean, he is one of the really solid defenders in the point guard position in the league. In the lane, bounces inside to Adams. See, he had a little shot. Said, you know what? I'll set up my big fella. But Paul on the post against Kobe. Hooks it off. Adams goes up and scores. It was a nice play by Chris Paul. He takes his time, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just a veteran guard.
Because Aldridge to get that steal. Not only he poke it away, but he beat him to the basketball.
Now Adams off that beautiful slip pass inside from CP. Great finish. Well, that was just beautiful.
Steven Adams brings down his 14th rebound. 20th double-double of the year. Hamidou Diallo. And Pop will call time. As the Thunder.
De Oklahoma. Ahí la imagen de Jokic, la gran figura de Denver. Un jugador que es toda una atracción en la NBA por el juego que...
Arena, New Orleans, thanks to the addition of Zion, have won 3 in a row. And immediately the Thunder go right into Adams, who bisects the lane for an authoritative slam.
I just love this. It's kicking out to a shooter that creates a good flow to the offense.
Nader gets a running start, goes at Hayes, and that'll be an and one. Abdul Nader, not Mike, in the second quarter, answered that stretch there where the Pelicans tied it after that 4-point play. And after New Orleans took the lead earlier this quarter, the Thunder have come back and
situation. Gets it right back, 5 on the shot clock. Knocks it off for Adams.
points in the paint. This Pistons team has to adjust immediately.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's Steven Adams this time going up and getting the alley-oop off the feed from Paul.
And that's an adjustment.
Thunder. Another extra effort play by Oklahoma City. Adams caught amongst the skyscrapers. Left hand floats it up. as he lowered the shoulder to carve out some space.
That's right.
Locker room with some energy and try to change the fortunes in this third quarter.
Chris Paul on the carousel finds Adams underneath.
He is a master at just taking his time.
The first 4+ minutes, the Cavs have taken a 70-68 edge.
Making shots so important to keeping your energy going.
Gallinari from distance.
And still able to lay it up and in. Gallo for 3, and that is good. Such a sweet stroke from Danilo Gallinari. Boy. Chris Paul did not use the screen from Gallinari. Instead, gives it right back to him. And he got the friendly hop that we saw Buddy Hield get in the first half on that.
Now Paul, picked up by Vucevic, lobs it to Noel for the dunk. We're going to see a lot of pick and rolls tonight. So,
letter of the law, Dave.
Yep. Paul lobs it to Noel.
That's Noel's game.
Left elbow.
Yep.
Ibaka had 17 off the bench in Game 7 against Philly. Muscala on the inside.
KCP's on him. Paul going one-on-one. Chris Paul still with it. Dumps it into Steven Adams as they switched, and they found the big guy downstairs.
It's just a good controlled play, though.
It's his second miss. That's the only thing he hasn't done particularly well. He's 2 for 4 from the line.
And this is why they took out Steven Adams to bring in Muscala. They're trying to keep
Troy on the year, 35%er from downtown. Big bucket by the Lakers. Chris Paul bouncing. Steven Adams in very deep where he does damage. Adams has
getting rewarded there as well.
Here's the alley-oop, and it's Adams putting it down.
Florida start that they might look to deal, particularly with all the first-round draft picks that the general manager Sam Presti has. Adams able to hit the one-hander.
The second 8-point game. We got to score quickly. It's Adams down the lane to make it a 6-point game. 32.4 again, Richardson.
And that's a good job of putting his body into Thompson, not allowed to get that offensive rebound.
Well, how come they've been so effective in racking up so many double-doubles? There's a nice hard drive as Terrence Ferguson goes right at Kevin Love at the rim. Goes niftily behind his back a couple of times. And as Gallo tees it up and knocks it down.
And Chris Paul just stayed with that. He's looking
threes by Cleveland here to open up the third quarter. One by Sexton, one by Garland. As Ferguson, he finally gets one to go. And that's got to feel really good to run this particular offensive play. Muscala at the screen. Now steps into the three straight away, and he rattles it home. Cold off the bench. Good offensive quarter by both teams. As Paul lobs it up, and the high hard one to Nerlens Noel, who throws it down.
That's unfair. I'm telling you, you got to watch Paul for basketball and just running your offense. You're up 2 points at the end of the first quarter. You're happy with that? That works. And you're very happy with plays like that as Nerlens.
So Michael runs an AAU program in this state that he's very proud of. There's the alley-oop to Noel, the setup by CP3.
And that was perfect. I mean, he waited to the last minute.
They got to be big and strong with Steven Adams out on the floor.
Nader, an open three, made another one after Nader. 41% from beyond the arc, 3 points a game. Chris Paul. Adams gets the floater. 13 for Adams.
Master changes. Really, their only true rebounder when they are in the game that they have is Steven Adams.
And now Adams with 7 in the quarter, all 7 for Oklahoma City.
Decoy right there, knowing that he was going to go to the basket and be aggressive.
Schroeder for another three. Got it!
And as I told you a second ago,
That's getting what they want. They got to find a way defensively to really stop what's happening.
Gallinari with the stop and pop as he got Baines up in the air, and he's got 18 now.
Finished it.
Makes it a 3-point game. Here's Paul, lobs it up to Noel again.
He knew that Rubio was on him. He didn't care. All he knew was...
That was the Bass Pro Shops Fish Nugget on Grizzlies Live, and if you missed it, shame on you. Don't do that again. What's wrong with it? And the fourth lob for Noel.
The thing is, because...
Found Adams. Oak City the lead.
Listen, Chris Paul, quick shots like that. You got an opportunity there, and you don't want to just start the ball freezing. See, that's what happens. You come down and miss on one end, and then they come down and score on the other end and get the momentum back.
Good screen by Wendell Carter.
This is a big possession. This is where Chris Paul's at his best.
Gallinari snaps it off and ties the game.
He walked. Woo, he walked into that shot.
Clock is off. Game clock at 7. Paul. Enough of a screen. Slips it back down. Adams with the slam. Great action by the Thunder. Ran a set play.
Forced him into a tough pass that was never recovered. Eventually by Blue Shirt.
The lob. Perfect play. Chris Paul puts it up right on a platform.
Gallinari set up with the behind the back feed from Chris Paul. Trying to get out there.
That's where this team runs into problem.
Yeah, men were moving, ball stopped. Chris Paul with Noel for the easy one. Everything looks pretty easy right now for OKC.
Right.
Don't fall away from Chris Paul. So a stuttering start, and it's going to be Nerlens Noel. Got to be prepared now. He's pro in every area of the game. Gallinari's got too good a look.
And that same size. And Drew Holiday's telling them right now, the Brandon Ingram and your Josh Hart.
You know, if he's on, he's pretty good. And he's the type of guy, you know, sometimes they question. It's a good look by Gallo, and he makes a pay the price for being lazy coming off that high pick and roll.
This stops with Cleveland and Utah. As the Thunder going to run the exact same play. Gallo again steps behind the line. Same result as he drains another triple. And so they ran the exact same. In the air and back tapping it out for a recycled 14. As Paul behind the back pass. Ferguson, second three of the game as that one swishes home.
And that's the best case scenario.
4 out of 5 from the floor. And he's got 10 points. And again, the happy melody on the alley-oop. This time it's Paul with the perfect delivery.
I mean, you know.
The lead late in the game, and then a late run by OKC nearly drew them even. Pulled away at the very end. Gallinari hits a three. He's got 18 points in 2.5 minutes for the Lakers to start the half.
It's been an offensive-minded game.
And Adams will get yet another three-point look at it.
And Chris Paul again.
Do continue to burn up the NBA. Here is Muscala. That's deep, and he's got it.
And that's why they put him in at center and took out Steve.
Well, not have to travel to keep you fresh in these back-to-back situations.
Tough step back. That is a deep two from Gallo, and he's able to bury it from the way by Nerlens Noel.
There's the stop that you needed at this point in the ball game.
Oh, nice over the shoulder lob. The happy melody to Nerlens Noel, who is
shot there.
They're putting length on Chris Paul in the opening quarter. Gets around Harkless and finds a wide open Steven Adams.
One thing you know about Chris Paul is no matter where you send him.
Well, if you're Adams there, you don't want to save that ball on the Philadelphia offensive side as Gallo all day to set himself for that three, and he knocks it down.
And that's what Nick Gallo was talking. Officials saw that.
And if you're T-Ferg, you can sell that pretty good. Absolutely. Yeah, that's 250 pounds going into your frame.
You don't need a lot of help.
Oh, Paisley has no problem going right at Embiid. And then
we're playing on Chris Paul. He's played solid defense all season, and he's really locked in this game.
Muscala for three.
He's 2 for 4 and 2 for 4. Going to Giannis at every available opportunity.
Mike Muscala for three again. I tell you, Muscala.
You're kind of expecting the newest recipient of the pass to take the shot. Oh, Diallo elevates and detonates over Chris.
Oh, you know what I'm going to say.
Now the Thunder trailing for the first time in this game. Down by a point. Gallinari again recognizes some space. This time shoots over Mo Bamba. You don't want to attack Bamba, so kind of
not that good defensively, but we can be great offensively for now.
Nice pass, beautifully done. Chris Paul, Nerlens Noel hook up for the finish. That is just Ferguson, and that time Brandon Ingram just a better offensive move. He spun toward the baseline. That is tough to defend, but Diallo right back the other way. Slams it home off a nice pass from CP.
Now you're getting those loose balls and defensive rebounds, and it's getting you in transition.
Gallinari gathers, sets the feet, and nails the three. You can just... Paul trying to shed the double team. Gallinari straight away, right down the pipe from three, as he makes it 2 in a row from downtown.
Just in the ball game, I tell you, he is ready to shoot the minute he touches that basketball.
Oh, this time it's put on a platter from CP to Noel, who knew exactly.
The best backcourt, Damian and CJ. You know, to get those guys' attention, you got to know what you're talking about, and it helps as Noel knocks down the mid-range jumper. It helps that you have it.
Paul snakes it by 2 defenders on the move. It sets up Muscala beautifully for the lay-in, and the Blazers call.
And you know those shots eventually are going to start falling.
Paul try to get it back outside, finds the open man, and Muscala's not going to miss that one. He was well behind the three-point line. Thunder got it back down to 6. Paul using that big body of Adams. Got it right back. Adams with the layup. The patience from CP and the beautiful finish from